say something because one, I loved hearing all the older players talk before and how much netball meant to them. But looking back at those photos and everyone laughed when I had the bandana on my head and thinking I was super tough and cool. In that moment, why I wore that is because it's when I wasn't out and I really struggled to be who I was, and for some reason I thought that was keeping me, I don't know, wrapped so I could hide from the rest of the world. However, looking at that made me realise it's definitely putting a target on my head. But one thing I love about this sport is it saved my life, and growing up as a kid who wasn't sure who I was, netball was the one place I could actually be who I was, 100% me, and I wasn't judged on my sexuality, but I was judged on me as an athlete and the ability what I could do. It wasn't until I remember coming out to my parents, and my mum's biggest concern was she knew how much I love sport, and her biggest concern was, would I make it in netball? Because netball was the blonde-haired, pretty girls, ribbon in their hair, and I just didn't fit that mould, and there was no one who I could see who was me out on that court. And it wasn't until I made it, I moved to West Coast Fever, and I was lucky enough to be coached by Norma Plummer and Stacey Brosman, now Marinkovic at the time, and both coaches never questioned who I was as an athlete, and I'm lucky that I've never had that in my career, but to be in a state where I moved away from my mum and dad, and the Italian family where I was Catholic had to be a certain way, and for me WA was a fresh start, and if it wasn't for netball I wouldn't have that. I 100% wouldn't be comfortable to be who I am today, and I'm super proud of netball that we now have a pride round, but I would love to keep that, and I would love that it's not just a tick the box exercise, but we welcome everybody to this game because one, it definitely saved my life, but there's so many people who deserve to play this great game as well, so I would love to also sing you a song, but I'm not going to do that.